My dad did a lot of investing in real estate, and it was something that he really believed in. And he thought it would be a really good fit for my personality style. So as soon as I got out of university and talking a little bit more to him and him doing a lot of convincing to me, it was, yes, this is what I want to do. I'm Gia Lucchetta and I love selling real estate. I'm born and raised here in Guelph. And what's really neat about that is that I know a lot of people in the city. So, you know, when we talk about taking care of people, it's not only walking people through the whole process of buying or selling, but it's looking after them long after. So, you know, I'm continually keeping in touch with people, and when people need good tradespeople to deal with, or a dog walker to deal with, or a doctor, a dentist, because of my connections in the city and my time that I've been selling real estate, it's allowed me to continue to look after people long after they've bought or sold their home. And after 26 years now, I'm looking after generations of people, and that is the greatest compliment when someone refers friends, family, and their children to me. It's a great honor.
I used her as my first choice because our neighbors really liked her, and they were also being relocated, so that was key for me that she had that background.
I always want to do the best job that I possibly can for people, and that's reflected in how my team operates.
Her team that works behind the scenes are flawless. Charlene, who is the person that we dealt with most in the office, I said to Gia at one point, this is just the perfect complement to the service you provide, is the service she provides. She's a treat to deal with on every single front.
I've got the support staff behind me to ensure that they are looked after. I have to thank my family so much, because without their support I could never do any of the work that I do. It just wouldn't be possible. A very supportive family makes for a very happy agent.
Gia has a very unique way of balancing being incredibly professional and very personable.
She was, of all of the agents, the only one I actually felt was really excited to work with me. Very enthusiastic about selling my house. And that's hard to fake.
Gia's a very hard worker, and I can tell she's got very high standards that she sets for herself.
Very fast and very professional, and we were just sort of looked at each other and said, wow.
Consistently, what you see is what you get, and what you get is somebody who really does have your best interest at heart. She takes great pride in the job that she does, and it's something that's really evident to her customer.
Really, in this industry, because things change so quickly and the markets change so quickly and there's new technology out there all the time, if you aren't forward thinking and embrace those pieces of technology, I think you'll get left behind in this industry. And you can't service people if you're not keeping up to date. So I've got the tools to make sure that my clients are looked after all the time. We have a whole system and process put in place to make sure that all the steps are looked after. And for me, it's not just about selling someone a home, it's about making sure they're looked after. It's about connecting with them. It's about being able to walk down the street 5 years from now and bump into them and, you know, have a hug. That's what's important to me. That's what really makes me tick.
She was very patient with us, and because we had looked at so many houses, we really grew to trust her throughout that process.
We had an idea about the type of neighborhood that we wanted to be in, and in talking with Gia and involving her expertise in our search, we ended up in a very different area than we originally planned, and couldn't be happier.
We found her to be just exceptional in terms of negotiation for us. She certainly acted as our advocate.
You know, there's a lot of stress in buying a house, especially when you want to buy and then sell your other home later. So she really helped with all the technicalities. And
we knew all the way along that Gia really did want us to get the most money for our property, to pay the most reasonable price for the property we were buying, and to make sure that the property we're buying fit all of the needs that we had now and for in the future.
Gia helped us very much in terms of preparing our home for an optimal sale. You know, we started off with a tour of our home the way it was now, or presently, and she made some minor suggestions, and then again, very gently but professionally suggested to us that if we were to connect with a resource that she had around preparing a home or staging a home, that this would likely be well, as I said, optimal for us.
It wasn't just, let's just clean your house and make it pretty. It was, no, let's make your house marketable for this target, because that's who's going to want to buy your house. She was very definite, and she was 100% right.
We had 5 offers at or over asking price, and the offer that we accepted was substantially over asking price. Yeah, so we were very satisfied. So we thought, yeah, that was the right thing to do.
We'd been searching for a few months with Gia, looking for the perfect property, found the perfect property, and wanted to put an offer in on it right away. Our own home wasn't up on the market yet, but we did put in a conditional offer. The next day our home went on the market, and within 5 days Gia had actually multiple offers for us to choose from.
We saw the switch of Gia, sort of our friend over the last 15, 16 years. All of a sudden we were ready to sell, and it was time to get it ready, and the gears switched completely, and Gia just turned into this professional machine that we'd forgotten about for 15 years.
That's right.
And away she went, and
Yeah.
you know, do this and get that done, and have you got this, and
All of those little details that are so overwhelming, is just nice when it's in a little package for myself and my husband. So that was a really good experience. I didn't really have to make lists. The lists were already done. I just had to go through them and check them off once they were done.
Gia did a great job of explaining everything to us.
she knew exactly what she was going to do for us. She explained it really well.
It made us feel very confident about what we were doing.
It's not about selling all kinds of houses. That naturally comes, but it's about connecting with people and having a relationship with people. The first fellow that I ever sold my first house to, I kept in touch with him for 24 years, and he called me 24 years later to come and sell the house that I sold him 24 years ago. So it's about keeping in touch with people and making connections with them, and that's just who I am and what I love to do.
They still touch base with us and see if there's anything that they can do, any questions we have about longer term settling in, because once you buy the house and the sign's off the lawn, that's not it.
She does such a really good job at reminding us that she's there when we need her.
Just little things that make you feel like you're really part of their team. It's not just we've signed on the dotted line and perhaps you'll get a Christmas card this year.
I find they're a wonderful resource.
It feels just supportive.
And those ice cream socials don't hurt one single bit.
I liked Gia the best, by far. Everything about her was...
Head and shoulders above any other experience we've had with a realtor.
She really makes you feel like you're her only client. Your focus is her focus.
We're more than happy with Gia and her team.
This is the only job I've ever had, and I love it. And I can't imagine doing anything else. And I know that I will retire in this job as well.